500 meters radius. Don't step in that radius. And he couldn't step in. So the girl is free to do whatever she wants to do. She got a boyfriend. She got to do this and that. He can't control her. This is part and parcel of the moral decay that we have in the world that we live in. So factors of moral breakdown. We have certain factors of moral breakdown. Sex education is key. It's being taught in our classrooms. They are introducing certain element of sexual innuendo in our classroom, and that give way to teenage pregnancy. A lot of children 13, 14, 15 are pregnant out there. Why? They see you on television. You're not going to take them to disco or any place of facade. Okay, it's going to be on their phone. They see a lot of things more than you, and they act it up. It is happening. Most classrooms in western part of the world, I understand, according to my understanding and estimation, in Lagos, Ibadan, and some part of River State, what is happening, I don't even want to mention that in the masjid here, but I'm going to give you an idea. You see this phone that they have? This phone that they have, your daughter or your son is out in the college, mixed classroom and everything. A girl will pick up her phone in the classroom and she will snap her whatever. She took a picture of herself and right away she sent it to him. You don't like this? I've been following you for all this time. You don't want this? Look at what I got. In the classroom. The teacher doesn't know that, but they do it. And so you have all this thing. This is a moral decay that is tantamount to devilish in our society. It is about time that we know what our words are doing if they leave the house. They might leave the house innocently. Once they go out, they're in the hands of everybody. So we have to open our mouth based upon the ayah I've just read. Protect yourself and your wards, your wives, your children from the hellfire. And freedom of speech, freedom of everything is all over the world today. The West is advocating for freedom. Advocating seriously. Everybody should have freedom. They are breaking the barrier of our traditional, situation by sending certain information to our embassies and asking them, if you don't do this, you don't do that, we're not going to support you. If you have mineral resources, if you don't do this, you don't do that, we're going to tell the whole world that your mineral resource is good, but it's not at par with the market value that you are looking for. They could break it down for you. If your resources is worth $1,000, they could make it $200, whether you like it or not. And what you're going to do? So you have to go with them. It is some kind of a globalization that is causing a lot of rift in our community. Hollywood, look at what is happening in Hollywood today. The hardcore movies that they are releasing every day, and our children are copying it. To them it's okay. To them it's okay. They forgot that we have moral issue. And they are pushing this agenda. So unless we take care of ourselves and our children, what is going to happen in the next 20 years, I don't know what's going to happen. So we have to take care of that. The prevalence of teen pregnancy in western part of the world, I don't know about Nigeria. Maybe there are some places where they keep those who are pregnant young. They have, right? They take care of them. They give them school, whatever. They go to school whilst they are taking care of their children. And that calls for a situation that we have to change our to-do things at home. Domestic violence is part and parcel of the moral decay of our society. In a case where the husband beat the woman and abuse the children, so they're going to run away. they're going to run away. And they will end up in the street, become prostitutes. And we're going to cry crocodile tears, hoping that they will come back. Okay, these are situations that cause for moral decay, which lead one of the Western intellectuals by the name Voltaire. He said, we have learned from history that we have learned nothing. Voltaire said that. He said, we have learned from history that we have learned nothing. George Bernard Shaw, also a great thinker, he said, life that we live in today is nothing but pages of woes and sorrow based upon the life that we lead. George Bernard Shaw also said in one of his books, The Genuine Islam, this man is not a Muslim, nor was he a Christian. He's a free thinker and a speaker. But he said in his book that he wrote, The Genuine Islam, he said the situation that we, the Western nation, could not solve for many years have been solved by the prophet of the desert in a minute. He said, with our sociologists, philosophers, great thinkers, human resources, we couldn't change this situation that we are having. Situation of morality. He said it has been solved in one verse in the desert, and it is still resonating. So George Bernard Shaw said, I predict within the next 200 years, England must accept Islam, nay, Europe. He made this statement in the 18th century, 1856. He said he predicts in the next 200 years, England must accept Islam, nay, Europe. Based upon the moral edifice he read about Islam, the Quran, and the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are men of intelligence. They read. They are not. They are. They just look through the world and they focus. They look at what is happening in the world and they make statement, and that statement is resonating. And so, without knowledge, they can't make this situation. The Quran said, وَيَرَى الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ هُوَ الْحَقُّ وَيَهْدِي إِلَى صِرَاطٍ الْعَزِيزِ الْحَمِيدِ. Those who have the knowledge of Muhammad, they will come eventually and they will know that you are on the right track and that it is Allah who sent you, men of knowledge. And these people are looking for a way out to fix their children. Do you know how many times the Western, especially in America where I live, a lot of people, white people who have become Muslims, asking me, can you bring my children with you in Africa so that they will be nurtured? They're looking for a way out. And we have the way out. But what is so amazing is that we sort of discard what we got, what they are jealous or looking forward to get. We put it in the garbage and we're trying to be the way they are. So right now as we speak, if Hollywood say jump, we say, how high should we jump? No, we even ask them how high. If they wear a clothes, we want to wear the same clothes. If they move around, we want to do the same thing. We copying them. Zahar al-fasad fil barr wal bahr bima kasabat aydin nas. This is some of the situation that we are in. Rampant sexual industries. You know, in the United States it's easy. In the western part of the world, I don't know about here. I don't know too much about what is going on. They have a lot of industries. A girl in the northern part of New York City, I forgot the city, but she took her mom to the courts. Why? Because New York City is part of the state that allow for homosexuality, bisexuality, bestiality, and some kind of connotation, voyeurism to take place. They say you are free. It's the land of the free. Do whatever you want to do. If a woman want to marry a woman, fine. A man want to marry a man, fine. So this girl, she's 12 years old, but she heard on television that it's okay to have, to marry a woman. So one day, her friend came to her house for a visit. and the mom was doing some cooking for them. So about 20-30 minutes, she heard silence. So she knocked at the door, calling her daughter and her friend to come out. No answer. She tried to open the door. It's locked. So finally they opened the door, and she saw them doing whatever they're doing. And she got angry, and she spanked her. In my house, under my roof, you doing this? He said, ma'am, but you are the one that is going against the law, because the government have allowed for this. So you are going against the grain of the law that the government have established. Didn't the government say it's okay to marry a woman should marry another woman? Of course, I'm not doing wrong. I'm following the law. You're the one that is against the law. She make a few phone calls. They grab the woman and put her in the slammer. This is the state that we are in. People are like blind. They're looking for a way out. Whatever comes, it's like a straw. They will grab it. So I think it's about time that we have to look through the window and see the best that we can do to overturn this satanic influence that is coming and grip our society. Gambling, intoxicants, is giving way for a lot of things. So if you drink, you lose your mind and you lose your process of thinking. And then when you gamble, it's another way of doing wrong, where you lose your money. So the next thing, you're gonna go and grab somebody's money. You're gonna kill somebody and get the money. You're gonna do so. All these things are total breakdown of what is happening, that we call the moral decadence of the ummah or society that we are in today. The Muslim community, even though according to Reader's Digest of last 2 years, that is 2019, they say the moral situation in the subcontinent compared to that of the Middle East is negligible. In other words, if everybody else is 80% submerged in